Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey and the Resolves, and today we're going to take a look at some of the newly buffed cards, and then we're going to get onto a pretty spicy deck that has been going the rounds and upsetting a lot of people because it is just turn 5 in everyone. That's basically it. So we did get a minor buff patch yesterday, found out about the day before, but just being a little bit busy, so as you'll be able to see soon, it's actually like 9 o'clock in the morning for me, so it's earlier than usually record, but I got the day off, so I thought we'll go for it. You know, we'll give it a try. But probably going to go for a little nap after this because it's bright. So we got a couple of changes, and the first one is actually the Entrancer. So this previously used to silence the unit with cost 3 or less, which was nice because it was a nice little utility card that you were able to toot up with like Crouch Press Gang, and you'd be able to snipe your opponent's merchants and just make it so they just had no text. And for the most part, merchants' bodies aren't very interesting, so then your opponent's just playing some like free cost 2-3 or free cost 2-2. You're just like, cool, you don't get to go in your market, nice. But now it silences up to 4, so you can hit. Well, now it hits 4s, it hits stuff like Sandstorm Titan, it hits stuff like Vara, which are kind of relevant because then your opponent's just playing like a 4-cost 3-4 no text, which, as we'll come to later on in this patch review, we've got enough 3-4s for 4 with just literally no text. Also it flies, so if you do want to play in the Wisp deck, well, Wisp Radiant Payoff, it gets in there when you've got Azindel, so, you know, going off. And then the other exciting one on this page is actually Ava, Islands Elite. So now Crest 4. So currently, I think that Shelterwing Rider is probably unplayable because of how many Varas we've got running around. It's very easy now, in like a Huru Flyers deck, to probably play that old Disruptive Shell with like Huru Pacifier, stuff like that. But now you get to go into Ava, Islands Elite, and this might not be perfect now because your Hero Merchants sort of suck. But when you get the Hero Merchant in the next set, I think this card will be gas because you're very easily able to get like either the 2 Cloud Snakes or the 4 Cloud Snakes, and when you've got Merchants, that's great because you just get this more rubbish cards that you can trade. You don't have to always trade power, so you can have more expensive things in your market, so that's, you know, kind of nice, as well as, I don't know, the random flying body is actually kind of cool. And it's not too bad, so like in aggressive situations where you're playing against like an Oni deck, you can actually get in with your flyer and they can just play like these Cloud Snakes. It's still like trade with some of the stuff, or maybe even just like buy some time and you're still able to actually get in. So it sort of gives either like a endurance effect, but this being cheap is cool. Also, it's only 3-4 now, so don't get vanquished. It does get hit by Display of Instincts, but it doesn't get hit by Display of Ambition, although I think I've only ever actually killed something with Display of Ambition and not been greedy and drawn to, like, twice, so that's probably not too much of an issue. The other two, a little bit less exciting. I mean, Styrie Disseverin is now a 2-1 for 1. If there's ever like an aggressive mage deck, that's probably fine. If there's ever an aggressive Xenon deck that cares about relics, I think there might be actually, because you've got Teacher that puts relics. Well, I think this one is a relic, might be a Curse Relic, yeah, something like that. And you've also got like stuff in Xenon that cares about relics, so like the 1-1 for 1 that turns into a 3-3 for 1 with endurance if you've got a relic, so maybe something could happen there. And then back on Olu, used to be a 2-5, 3-6 probably isn't doing it, but it's another card that cares about card type, so eventually it'll probably do something. We did have some fun with it like a year ago, maybe? Might have been that long ago, can't remember now. Where we just played it with stuff like Permafrost and Winter's Grasp just to sort of flood our field with 3-3s. And it was, you know, it was sort of cool, but it's probably not too exciting. It being a 3-6 kind of nice because it just block the world whilst you're trying to go off with your curses. This is some more of the changes. So we can see we've got like our War Leader, which is now a 2-3, so that's just better. It's very hard to find the space in like a shadow deck because I think that Rip Knife Assassin is probably your best 2-drop. Then after that, you probably will be playing a bunch of disruptions, so it's like Dream Snatcher maybe, because that's very easily just like a 3-3 or a 4-3 for 2. And you've also got Antiport Instigator, so Black Hole World Leader, as interesting as it is, probably isn't getting more played, but because it's a Minotaur soldier in the future could be very good. Although I played a couple of decks where like I tried making this work and it was good because I was playing with stuff like Dark Return, so I was just getting loads of value on my value. Governor Sahin, that is another 3/4 for 4 with no text. That's just silenced Vara pass. Soulbringer was really good anyway, and now it's got a little bit extra sauce. Like it's just actually just better. Perhaps prefer to have seen it as being a 4/4, but this dying quite easily is actually kind of nice because then you can Dark Turn it and just do it again. Given the Wisp +1/+1 is also, it's kind of potent if you're getting back the 0/3 because then it becomes a 1/4 and then it can get in there for your Azindels. So you don't want sort of like the evasive. It doesn't really matter what damage it does as long as it can do some, because then it can attack and get you those cards. Giving +1/+1 to the 1/1 that already gets like +2/+2 on tribute, or the, I think it's Entomb +3/+3 and flying or something like that. There's things in Wisps that Soulbringer is just going to make that much more bigger, and maybe it doesn't need to be bigger, but if you can make the 2/1 deadly like a 3/2 deadly, it survives a lot more. So yeah. And then Zelia just gets annihilated every single time. Having a 5th point toughness is probably not what was keeping it from seeing play. We just need more unseens, realistically. Then on the others, there's some strange ones here. So Sleepless Night, Revenge, discard your hand, draw 4. It's kind of okay as a market card now, I guess. Now because 7's like 2 or 3 turns earlier than 8, realistically. Just draw 4, then in a couple of turns, hopefully I've spewed off all of my cards so I can just draw 4 again. It's just better. And Name Taker, I would prefer something this way around. Like if this was a 5/7, I'd be super interested. Because the main problem for this was the toughness. So it used to be a 6/4 and now it's a 7/5. So it is better. But I think this is more like the passive effect. Like maybe you just play this on like 13 where you just like play it, play a Wrath, hopefully get like 1 or 2 cards out of your opponent's hand, and then just like try and remove most of the threats from the deck. Probably not the best strategy right now because the reanimate deck's kind of silly, and if you just discarded each copy of Azindel and Vara from your opponent's deck, it's probably not the best winning strategy, but the cards still cool, but probably very difficult to play with. Then Fry Hideaway, it now costs 3 to make elves. It's still not that good. It's just nice to turn on the Zende Heartbinder, because then you've got like an on-theme relic that you can play. Now Veteran Mercenary, now it costs 4. It's got the same toughness, it's gone down from 6 power to 4. This is kind of interesting. Maybe Mono Shadow. Then you've got Veteran Mercenary and Kaifus as like factionless threats, so you're not just like mono Dobbs to Annihilate deck. But I know people are playing Annihilate anyway, they're just playing like Slay. Interesting about Veteran Mercenary is it gets you a random card, and that's good with merchants, but because you only got 1 type of influence, all your merchants are bad. Like, well, not bad, but you don't get to play like 8 merchants or 12 merchants if you're just like an absolute sicko to really make value of this like a summon draw card. But it is interesting. It's probably not going in time because you've just got so many good 4-drops now. But maybe Mono Shadow, Mono Fire. I know that Mono Fire has sort of struggled with its 4s, but now it's got like Groundbreaker and the 3/6 double damage can't gain life. It's probably not too worried. Justice has got a bunch of good threats as well. So maybe Primal, but then like random Primal cards, probably not the best. But this whole patch is interesting to me that we're able to now just make small iterative changes to things and just make buffs, because nerfs are kind of like, you know, I like playing with that usually. Like I'm enjoying playing with FGS right now, and I'm also enjoying turn 5 people with the reanimate deck. Don't really like it when your tires get taken away from you. But when you get little things that just get like slight little buffs, that's kind of nice. One huge whiff from this patch was that yeah, Rindra still can't block for some reason. I'm not sure if it's a bug or if that's like intentional, but it's really starting to not make sense. But anyway, let's look at the deck that we're on today. Okay, so that's enough about balance changes. So in before anything changes the balance of this deck, I don't think it's that busted. I have enjoyed turn 5 people with
grasp and just like making a board out of nowhere, especially against like aggressive decks. They're just like, oh, I ain't gonna win next turn, and they just like, nope. It's like there's 4 Azindels. So this deck's got a lot of things going on with it. This has been something that people have been playing around with, trying to make work since Vara got sort of like brought back into playability. But this has actually got kind of a nice innovation to it. So it's playing Privilege Rank, and it's playing Chairman's Contract. So Chairman's Contract sometimes is just going to draw 2 cards, and those 2 cards are Justice Sigils, which are kind of not very useful, but we've got a bunch of sort of like looters that draw and discard, so we're able to turn those Justice Sigils into something, but also we're not playing a really powerful 8-drop, so actually hitting our power is kind of fine. And then if that doesn't happen, you know, we've got merchants, so we can turn it into something. But generally, I've enjoyed Privilege Rank in this deck because it's gone really nicely with like Sporefolks and like the 2 discard outlets got here, as well as like Observer, just to be able to sort of like ramp it up. It turns these into sort of bullet shapers, which is, you know, pretty busted. Obviously not getting the plus power or the influence fixing, but just being able to play this spell for free, and then just like on free playing back and Delinquent, discarding Privilege Rank, drawing the Sabotage and the 2 Justice Sigils, and then being able to play Justice Sigil and then sabotage your opponent is just busted, and it just feels all kinds of excellent. But yeah, let's get into ladder and see what this deck can actually do. Okay, well, on the plate, that seems kind of fine, but also I'm not really sure about it. We could Chairman into Privilege, which is kind of the dream, so I think I might try it, just to see what happens. We nearly Dumpster Masters, so we'll just experiment for that. Do things for science. Let's try and high roll. Ah, missed. Well, I'm going to Cartographer just to try and hit our power. Don't want to blast guy, but getting it in the bin's kind of nice because if it's a matchup where it matters, just having that in there is good because we'll just get back and kill a bunch of Initiate that stands later on. So, we'll offer the attack. I'm not sure whether I'll just like Chairman's Contract or Strategize first. I think I'll Strategize because I've already got the power. Aww, I would have totally got there. That's like so annoying. And in that case, what do we know? We've already got 1 black sky, so we're fine. Actually, that was kind of fine. We managed to discard a Vara, so we're doing okay. Next turn, probably going to back alley, get rid of this Privilege, and then just like shoot our opponent in the face. And boy, am I glad they played that now, because that would have been super embarrassing for us if we would just like only been able to hit that. Depending on what our opponent's up to, it might be worth. Yeah, it might be worth just like reanimating this grasp and this black sky Harbinger next turn. Eternal Calm, Privilege Rank. Interesting choice. I'm sort of tempted to take the Privilege Rank because that's just like good, but yeah, it's Eternal Calm. Don't take the Privilege Rank because your opponent gets to draw off it then. And I suppose just attack for 2, taste it. I don't think that the Chains deck actually plays like harsh rolls in it. Well, you can't play harsh roll, you initiate the Sands deck. A really merchant. It seems pretty rough. So this can't get Gavel, so that's good. It's good news for us. Huh. Before you go to the market, it's kind of interesting. So what we could get here is Vara into Black Sky. And I think that's kind of fine, really. I think we'll just do that. So, get Vara, get Harbinger. What's our opponent's active 5 powers? And then we can have access to another Grasping Shadows. Also get Burglarize. If our opponent ever gets up to being able to make a chains, because also having a chains is nice. Not sure what our opponent got from the market, but they are trying to get up to some amount here. Well, let's Sporefolk because this is just sort of saucy. I think we're gonna Delinquent actually.
What are you gonna do about it?
We'll discard the rank. And then we can sabo our opponent. Okay, it's got a Sword of Unity. Well, not anymore, even not. I assume that's from the market. And then we'll just, you know, just get in with the gang. Pretty sure our opponent doesn't have a hash roll. The cards they're playing just tells me that they don't, and I'm also pretty sure this deck just doesn't have it. So let's get Sporefolk back to get some more mills on. Let's trade this. We'll just get a grasp just so that if we need to, we can just rebuild like pretty nicely. Just hitting with Black Sky, so nothing super exciting. Yes, our opponent hand is just absolute stains here, so we can probably get rid of it. I think though we do need to.
You buying or not?
Go with Black Sky, why not? Deals a point, but yeah, I'm just gonna get a Annihilate, kill one of these, and then be able to get in. Not have to worry about being double blocked in our Vara. Well, I kind of like it, but yeah, probably can't keep just like the. Although Diplo Seal does make it a lot better. Yeah, we can actually just loot this, can't we? So yeah, we'll keep it. We've got like a bunch of ways to loot away the Azindel, so we're probably okay. I'll lead with the Diplo and Primal. Just to let everyone panic, because they've seen Diplo Seal and Echo. What could it be? Oh, so it's FGS. Not sure how that matchup goes exactly. But let's contract. Not quite what to do. Let's get rid of the Azindel. And then we can probably kind of aggressively back alley later. Okay, so it's not going to be deck with Gavel, so we don't have to worry about that. So like a 2-1's kind of nice though in this deck because we get to attack and block, but yeah, just it's all like the Herald Song effect on a body is just kind of cool. I mean, it's unlikely you'll have a like, Grasping Shadows this, but in a pinch you could. I think given what I'm playing against the Gavel deck, I'll just Sabotage now. Just get rid of this. See what they're up to. Okay, so let's take a snipping tool to this. Like Torch is fine, Permafrost probably fine. I think I'll just like take the. I'll take the shiny Strategize just to let them know we mean business. Because small ball removal spells, you're a choke. Or even worse, just like a snowball. So that is both Strategize is gone, and we got 2 Fate cards. So I suppose we'll just give him the business here. And we don't have a power in the. Oh, we do have a power in the market. That's interesting. I do need to hit one this turn though. If we get rid of Herald, someone can't ever get it back.
You buying or not?
Go kind of okay. I don't want to risk missing. That'd just be awful realistically. And then we'll just try and Sporefolk next turn because we could hit rank. And rank gives us 2 extra cards to loot away with the Herald Song.
Fresh kills make the best pelts.
Uh-oh. Road blocked. Oh, Sporefolk it up. Now what do we hit? So we hit a Vara, so we've got something to get our grasp chain going with. So let's have a Herald Song. Just need to find a grasp now, don't we? Strategize is probably fine. We'll get rid of the Harbinger. Because we're just getting back later anyway. Crest of Cunning again. I think we'll bottom that. Attack for 2. not even sure if a gang block here, because I've always got a torch to get rid of the one that does the damage, so they're just like, kill one of our things, and their thing has 2 points of damage on it, so not really worthwhile, but we are aware that they've got a torch and a permafrost. As well as potentially snowballs, which is probably a reason to start being aggressive with this, just so that it doesn't just get killed. So a display could be a thing for our opponent, but let's have a look at what happens if they don't. We get 2 Azindels, it's a Sporefolk and Black Sky. So that's probably pretty hard for them to beat. So got rid of the Permafrost, so they've got Torch and 2 fake cards. I don't think waste space. I think we'll just leave these because also just having these in play when we get Azindel's kind of nice. This isn't the best, but let's Merchant, grab Grasp. Our opponents now sort of got to be concerned. Maybe they got Rain of Frogs, which would be a problem for us. Okay, so go with the Torch. Just like torching random stuff now. If they tap low, we can just go for it this turn, I think. If they frogs us, like, the game's probably kind of over. Okay, so one of those was a Cho, and I think I'm not going to go for it. Just make them tap out for like a Big Daddy Cho or something, because nothing's happening here. Of course, like drawing cards and stuff, but yeah, that's not too much to worry about. So they seem to be kind of deliberately leaving up free. Which is fair, but we can afford to play around it. We're at 25, and if they ever play one of the big threats, we'll just go off and make the board, because this faction pairing can't ever like come back from that realistically, because they've got no Wraths, got no Harsh Rule, so we can wait. Okay, so now they're leaving up 2, could be on seal, but I think what we'll do is just try and draw another one of these. We'll sabotage our opponent. Okay, so they're still leaving up 3. Just making it super obvious. Let's just do this. There's no point putting more things underneath the boss. We could put the 1-2 because it's more toughness, but sure. So now they've tapped kind of low. I think I will go for it now. If they've got Unseal or Caleb's Choice, like whatever, we've got it. I think this is the point where I do want to go for it. So they've got Caleb's Choice, but the game's not over. Perhaps wanted to wait. Maybe wait to Cartographer first. We're going to mirror image one of these. Yep. So maybe that was a mistake going for that, but it was pretty obvious that we had it. Yep, take 6. Let's loot it up. I'll get rid of this, we'll strategize. And I'll probably end up suffocating one of these. Huh, okay. Well, we'll suffocate the 3-5. Get some pressure on that before we hopefully start putting some pings on it with the Black Skies. Not chump mode yet. Well, can't anyway. This game is a lot more difficult. Perhaps I should have waited longer to be more patient, because time was something that we had. But our problem is obviously just going to be playing around what we're doing for a while anyway. So, I'm just going to play this. Gains us a Boat of Life. Keeps off the free freeze. Does get gunned down. Yeah. Rats. Also get not paying attention to which spells are being used. I'm just so used to gun down being full bar. It's taking like 1,000,000 now. Well, we'll block this, see what happens. Because we're still kind of good if we draw an Azindel. Not an Azindel. Grasping at Shadows. Oh, I've got display as well. Must be the display that sort of like knew about the whole game. Well, that's sort of sad, but guess it's just going to be part of what happens. Okay, well, we've got, you know, the combo. Discard Outlet plus Vara. The two kind of Diplo seals are kind of awkward. But I do kind of like it. It's got a Suffocate as well, so we shouldn't get beaten down too hard. I think I'm going to go for Shadow first, and then with the Diplo seal we're going to go for Justice, and then we'll play the Crest of Cunning. I'm probably not under too much pressure here. So we could be playing against Gavel at some point in our near future, but we can Burglarize it if it becomes a problem. We'll just get Justice here. I don't mind playing sort of slowly just to get our influence sorted. Maybe we should have gone for Justice first, but then we won't be able to use... Yeah, there's no way we could use both Diplos plus the Crest realistically. Okay, another Crest is kind of good. We'll play that after we've looted though. Okay, maybe everyone's playing with Black Hole War Leader then if they're playing this faction combination. Actually might just hard cast our things here to be honest. We'll keep Merchant because Merchant is just more copies of Jasmine Shadows. Okay, so they put a power into play. It's kind of interesting. It's a shame that like it doesn't seem more play. The -1/-1's kind of powerful, really. Like just being pre-boarded for decks like Grandins is kind of good realistically. So they're probably going to get Gavel now, but we can also just get the answer to that, so it's fine. We'll get it before it matters. Yeah, this isn't the hate card that you think it is anymore. We'll just sort of happily go about our way. Discarding Varas. So we do probably have to be concerned because our opponent's got Gavel and Harsh Rule, no doubt. So that's probably a little bit more exciting for us here. Let's get rid of this. Do we have to Suffocate that as well? I think it will. We'll do some Cartography. Cool, so I've got the power as well for next turn. We'll get rid of this so our opponent's not gaining lives. I'd rather do the one fell sweep of Carrying Merchant plus Burglarize though. I don't want to leave ourselves vulnerable to a Relentless Memorial. Okay, cool. Well, we've got you know, the combo going on here. So once we do stabilise, we'll be in good position. Because we just need to get rid of the Gavel. And yeah, probably gets to draw a card here, but I'll put sort of like this plus this in front. That seems fine. If they've got like a banish, that's like whatever. It's got a lot of things, but I'll probably play Misk Ascendant. This is fine. So let us.
You buying or not?
We'll get Burglarize. I'm going to annihilate this when I need to actually kill the Gavel. And then, yeah, we'll just keep it like this. Our opponent's Mystic realistically can't attack here. I would imagine that our opponent's just got like a Harsh Rule in the market, or some sort of board wipe. Because playing stuff like Moonstone Vanguard and Wraths isn't the most effective. They'll let us have this, because I'll have it. Or also allow this. We just get to loot, which is sweet. So we steal this, then we get to loot it for free. Get rid of that, and then we'll back alley to get a Sabotage. We are vulnerable this turn to our Grasping Shadows getting stolen, but we've got a Nightfall coming, so we can probably set up a turn where we can just like do it in one turn where we Merchant and then Grasping Shadows. But next turn we're going to Sabotage what our opponent's up to. I'll take free. I'm fine with that. then hopefully draw like a bunch of cards to our opponent. So we've got 2 Azindels. So if our opponent attacks, no, we've got 1 Azindel. In that case, I'm only going to play 1 of the Varas. I don't have a choice, do I? Okay, play Merchant's fine. Okay, so our opponent's got Azindel. So, pretty confident our opponent doesn't have harsh will. And this deck doesn't seem like one that has harsh will. So Defiance of Vanquish, yeah, Vanquish can get out of here. Let's loot in case we hit something. Strategize. Bottom that, don't think we need it. And then we can Grasp at Shadows. Oh, this is nice. So, let's get Vara. Let's get Azindel. And then I think we Black Sky because it kills. Okay, so our opponent's off it, but Black Sky kills their Halichi, so they're not able to draw a card of us this turn. We do draw a card from our Black Sky Harbinger, and then we're just able to go from there. I think at that point we don't want to use all of our Varas because we don't want to give 2 of them Voidbound. Maybe 1 of them Voidbound's fine, but I do it at the end of the chain so I don't end up having to recruit all of them. It's kind of complicated. Okay, well, on the play, and this one seems kind of fine. We've got Disruption with Black Alley and just like discard outlets and things we want to discard. So I think we'll keep it. Could easily be a little bit shaky. But it seems, you know, kind of nice. And just being able to rip through your deck with like Herald Songs is pretty gas. Oh, is this the mirror? I hope not. It'd be awful if it is. Last Herald Song, draw a discard. Ooh, well now we've got a better thing to discard, which is Pillar Drink. We'll do that next turn, keep everyone guessing. I wonder what technology for the mirrors. Could be Nightmare, Sight Unseen. The mirror. I miss the days when this deck was not popular. So, Back Alley. But I'm not sure if we actually fire off the Sabotage now. Because I think I might wait until the turn before. I think I'll wait till the turn before they could Grasp, or after the Merchant. So this game will be a bit of a mess, as reanimation mirrors usually are. Okay, so they're actually planning to be able to play Azindel at some point, so it might be a little bit different. Well, let us Herald Song this way. But wait, there's more. Like some more discard outlets. I'm probably still fine. I can hang fire. Next turn, when I put up 4, we'll fire for Sabotage. Yeah, so now they've played a Camden Merchant, we will do that. So we've got in the void. Just Vara on their own. It's not very scary. Opponent knows what the matchup's really about. It's like beating us down. Oh, we've got Ungrasping Shadows. I mean, it's kind of good, actually. But also not. What's our opponent's grasping look like? It's fucking awful. Cool. We'll go for it. Ooh. Go for Azindel. Back alley. Discard Azindel. Get Sabotage. Go. We did it! Our opponent's Grasping Shadows sucked, and ours was good. That's a masterclass in the Reanimation Mirror. $25 per hour for tuition lessons, of course. Okay, well, we're on the draw for the last game. Ooh. So we've got a load of... we've got access to Grasping Shadows because we've kind of mentioned. We've got Discard Outlet for Privilege, and we've got Sporefolk, so I am snap keeping it. basically just like a 4-power hand, just like with 2 draw 5s. Dipple Seal for Shadow. Oh no, is our opponent up to the same thing? Well, I will, in that case, I will keep my... this dude, back out of Delinquent. Such a weird card. I thought this card was sort of like purpose built for these kind of decks though. Yeah, Mirror again. Oh, this takes me back to last year with Rindra Screaming Brigade. So this is perhaps the one where we get owned, because our opponent's got like a quick Vara in the bin. Maybe we want to hand an Azindel. Yeah, so if our opponent ever gets to reanimate, we're pretty dead. They whiffed. Okay, so because we've got 2 back alleys, I think I'm going to fire off the first Sabotage now. Nah, I'll just double Sabotage him next turn. I think that's better. Yeah, we can wait. So next turn we'll just like discard some gubbins, like maybe one of these Sporefolk or something, or a Justice Sigil.
A rare sight indeed.
Okay, cool. So if our opponent misses power here, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, so they don't. Well, let's back alley. I don't think we need like infinite Sporefolks at this point. Actually, we kind of do, don't we? Let's go to Harbinger. So let's Sabotage. Should have sabotaged first. No valid cards. Is our opponent just going to high roll us? That's awful. Well, would have perhaps made a bit of a different play there. So they've got like more discard outlets, but if they spend time this turn getting the Graspment Shadows, they can't do it. Oh well. Well, we've got like a wild card in the hole here. Just have to wait before like pivotal turns. So we are super dead if our opponent ever gets to... Yeah, if our opponent ever gets to reanimate, we're just like super dead. Because they get 2 Azindels. Again, enemy spell with more than 1 faction. Womp womp. Yeah, because that'd have been good to like be able to hold up like proactively, but we could kill 1 Azindel. We just have like 4 Halichi and 1 Azindel to make us deal with. Well, let's Sporefolk it up. Oh, cool. No more sigils found. Did we just like hit double? We did. So our reanimation strategy is going to be awful, isn't it? We'll play another Sporefolk. Okay, so we've hit an Azindel. So we're not quite there. I've got 4 cards in hand. They've like looted 3 times last turn. They've not played a merchant yet, so I think we'll just fire for Sabotage. Just see if we hit. We didn't hit. So in that case, we should have attacked 2 there. I just completely missed that. I think that next turn, especially now, we have to just like see. This is the turn where we needed Sabotage. So we can actually draw 1 card off our... I'm just like getting... This is the reverse masterclass of reanimation. Maybe these games are just high roll against each other. Oh no. I'll hope this deck doesn't take off. That'd be awful. So our opponent has got it. What do they get? It's like 1,000,000 Azindels. So we can draw 1 card off our Azindel because we've got no Varas in it. I suppose there's not too much we can actually do, is there? So I suppose we just try and get our Vara in the bin so that we can try and do this ourselves. So first Herald song. One away. Awful. Yes, we nearly got there. Well, let's just Herald Song again. We'll bin that as well. So our opponent gets to not draw any cards off Azindel this turn. So we've got like a turn to try and turn it around. But it's going to be incredibly difficult. We do get to kill all of our opponent's leeches and most of their board because we have to deal 2 damage. We have to potentially deal 3 damage. Oh, we can grass plus 2 drop? Are they not going for it? I mean, I just wasn't paying attention. I was trying to figure out how are we not dead because they've been to the market. Like, sabotage is fine. You get my Grasping Shadows, I'm okay with this. I'm going to get yours. And then next turn I'll just do it. So, okay, so if we get yours, is your Grasping Shadow back in your market to be safe? No, it's not, but you've got 2. Okay. Well, Chairman's Contracts, getting a Azindel, cool. I think I can't possibly have access to another Sabotage. But because we were at 8 next turn, I'm going to wait until next turn. We've got enough blocks to be able to get through this and then be able to kill most of our opponent's things. Well, things that matter, because like, Azindel's like whatever. He'll still be in play, but we won't be able to do too much in the way of damage. Yeah. So chain Azindel. We do have to be... Oh. Okay. So if they... Have they got 2 Black Skies? No. Cool. So we're okay. So they get to draw 1 card, that's okay. And they've just got all this stuff, so... Block. 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 Cool. So we're not out of the woods yet. I probably could play another thing and do like another thing here. Like Sabotage is fine. That's okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3 Black Skies. Two Azindel, so we should be able to do it. What's this like? Still going off. This is like Tally combo all over again. Like, yeah, you're cool. You got me. You got my 2 cards. It's fine. It's fine. But both of these got Voidbound now, so I feel I'm pretty smart, Finn. Let's just do it. So we get our 1 Vara, our 2 Azindels, our 3 Black Skies, let's kill most of our opponent's board. We get to draw a pile of cards. I think up to 60 life, nice. Come on, Shadow Unit. Oh yes, 0 cost echo cards. Cool, cool. Cost real drunk. So our opponent's hand sucked. Let's do the Cartographer. I got Suffocate here. Doesn't do anything. Cool. Let's discard this, I guess. Doesn't do anything anyway, but may as well be in the bin. Herald Song. Let's get rid of all this rubbish, I guess. Have we got space on the board? No, we've not, so let's pass. Both our opponents' Azindel's Voidbound. I mean, so have ours.
What are you gonna do?
Interesting strategy. Well, I was going to Sabotage, just take out Suffocate, whatever. If they attack, we got to double block one of these, single block the other. Yeah, that's kind of fine. Have we got any Black Skies left? I'm not sure if this list only plays like. Yep, you got my Sabotage, Suffocate, that's fine. This actually became a game, which is kind of interesting. We've not got too much. We could kill.
I know
What's
it's
Vara?
here somewhere.
I think that might be a thing to do, just kill our opponent's Vara. Okay, well. Draw 8, I guess. That's mill our opponent out, actually. We're at 32, so. Ooh, got that grasping, nice. So now I feel like I'm probably kind of safe to. Yep, discard that one. Discard that one, don't want it. So, what can we do? Start off by like suffocate one of these nonsenses. I probably can get that one back. Probably should have killed the Void Bag one just so it stays dead, but we will Sporefolk here, just replace this. Carrington Merchant. Merchant can exchange with this one. We'll trade something. Oh, cool. For an Annihilate. We'll kill their Vara. Do we go for the Sabotage? Maybe we do.
What are you gonna do?
So pass this, discard this. Let's get another one, I guess. Also sacrifice this. And this. Sabotage, see what they're up to. Oh well, cards, cool. That's kind of fine for us, really. We're at 27. They're at 18. So, do we have another Black Sky? I might try and find one, actually. No, we don't. Play this in case we hit Black Sky. We don't. We'll do it next time. Our opponent gets to draw some cards, that's fine. But they can't actually attack with the proper team. Oh, Black Sky. Tedious. Wasn't our Black Sky, was it? Oh, that's it, but I've not looked at the list properly, so I don't know if I'm actually playing 3 or 4. I should probably find out, actually. But, yes, I've always got our Herald on, which is fine. Don't want that anyway. They could make some actually kind of okay attacks here, though. We're at 59, so aside from our opponents like drawing out of deck, yeah, if they only attack with Elite, I'm sort of fine with that, really. They get to draw 9 cards, which is kind of a lot, actually. But what have we got in here? So you do need to be careful about like being decked realistically, because that is like another thing that Azindel can do, which is just like deck your opponent. So now it's our opponent's turn to have like 1,000,000 cards in hand. Oh, so it turns out like Black Sky's probably actually kind of sweet in the mirror actually, because it gets to get rid of all that leech. Okay, so opponents get back Vara. Cool. Okay. Vara's got some real edgy voice lines. Okay, so now we're probably pretty bad. Yeah, so opponent gets to draw 3 off our deck. Yeah, it's getting pretty close to old. So 15. Maybe we can do it. So we're at 8 anyway. Let's just go ham, I guess. Get Vara. Get the Sporefolk. Then, if we do have a Black Sky, cool, we do. So we've got a Black Sky. Alright, well, we've got no cards in our library, so we need to win this turn. But we need to win this turn anyway, because look at our opponent's board, it's absurd. So, let us. Hold on a minute. There's a Black Sky in my void, why can't I get it? It's not got void bound, it's just in my void. That seems like an error. Vara, I guess. I mean, I guess. Okay, so it must have been from the Sporefolk, folks who don't get to see it yet. Okay, so that's kind of weird in terms of timing. Get Suffocate and get Rindra's Choice. We'll free cost get our Harbinger back, kill all of our opponent's Leechy, sacrifice, like, whatever, this nerd. Just like, get Azindel back, I guess. Why not? Get Leechy, sacrifice it, get this. I feel like my opponent had more time on their turn than we did. How many cards got? 14. Can we go through all of that? I don't think that we can. But if we attack with all of our Black Skies, we'll attack everyone anyway. See what happens. Pretty sure we're dead. Probably made some mistakes anyway. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I need to hit with 4 things and I've got no Leechy, so I suppose we'll fight. Maybe we could use like Rindra's Choice to have done something, but we're dead. Quite style. Okay, so the deck is obviously just absurdly powerful, and in an act of foreshadowing, game 4, I felt like we had a complete grip on the reanimation mirror. Turns out not. The reanimation mirror is probably just like, like whatever. This deck has, since Vara Fate Touch has returned, pretty much always been possible to create. So it'll probably just like come in and out of fashion. I'm not sure how exactly you hate it. Maybe it's some sort of like fire-based beatdown deck that can win, like with flying bodies on turn 5 or something. But I do like Disruption plus Harsh Roll as a way of just like, if you're able to keep it so that the turn that they make Vara, Azindel chain, that they've got nothing in place to draw cards in, maybe you're okay because you can sort of like kill the void bounded Azindels and it's sort of like a lot less difficult to deal with, because then Varas can never chain with each other because you're just able to get rid of them forever. Maybe Rain of Frogs in like a Genev deck, because if you've got like a Genev deck that's playing Caleb's Choice, Display of Instinct, and a Rain of Frogs in the market, it's probably pretty difficult to like win that game. Because if your opponent gets to Frogs like either Azindel or Vara, you start playing like a pretty fair game. Because nothing else is like really worth grasping back. Also, like Equivocate on Azindel, it's not a very good strategy, but it's kind of good. Because like Azindel, I think it's like the best 8 drop, especially with like a board. So maybe that's something to look into. Like maybe Genev beats it, but would be need to be some changes. But overall, I was kind of impressed with the deck realistically. I'm not sure about like whether you need like 4 Suffocates right now. I assume is maybe to get like Maiden. Wouldn't mind in the market if we had the room, like a Steward of the Past for the mirror. But also Nightmare Sight Unseen is probably pretty busted as well. So maybe the top end could be looked at. instead of just being like 4 Vara, 4 Azindel, whatever, maybe you have like 1 Snow Crush Animist, 1 Nightmare. Just there's interesting things that you can actually try out with reanimation. But overall, this deck is really well constructed. I like the Chairman's Contract, like I was saying before, with Privilege Rank, but Privilege Rank just seems to really pull the whole deck together. Like, it's a little bit of a cost to then have like Justice Sources in your straight Feln deck, but we do only need double single, so maybe it's okay. Anyway, that's enough for me. I'm going for a little nap. I'm not sure about recording this early in the morning, like, especially on a weekday. So I'll edit this, get us up, go for a little nap, and then do another one later on. So thanks for watching. I'm in the resolves. See you around.